Okay, das wird noch interessant. Aber fangen wir mal hier unten mal an.
Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home. This blade, it is the last link I have to the land of my birth. Time to go.
Mal sehen, was uns dann noch erwartet. Auch nicht erwartet. Weißt du, weil.
Can you put a few more adventurers on the case or something? The clock's still ticking away.
Please have faith in him. Ah, they've
Yunning.
Yunjin, are you...
No, I'm fine. You don't...
Das können wir ja
Look,
schon.
you have to take better care. We're just lucky we had the...
Well, while I'm off stage...
You know, you...
So?
Du hast ein gutes Argument, Union.
I'm glad you agree. Right. Then let's get preparing.
Hey, traveler! Get over here! You've only just managed to bring Yunjin back. Now you're taking her straight back out again? What's the big idea? The next show is just days away. Please, if not for me, then for the sake of the opera troupe, I'm begging you, help me convince her that at the end of the day, she's gotta fall in line.
Das wird keine leichte Aufgabe werden.
Well, okay, maybe that's asking the impossible, but at least try and keep her distracted. Please, just keep her occupied until the next show. No more thrill-seeking.
What are you two talking about? If it doesn't involve me, I think I'm going to...
You know what? It does involve you, actually. The traveler was saying, Come on, help me stall her.
Oh? Well, what do you need from me?
Ich will Schauspieler werden.
You want to become an actor?
You do? Oh, yes, of course he does. He was just telling me that he's interested in exploring his dramatic side and, would like you to give him some coaching. Right, good. Well, let's not beat around the bush. Traveler, your master awaits.
Hold on. I don't know if I'm really ready to take on students yet.
Please, this is the day you've dreamed of, isn't it? You certainly talk about it enough. And look, now he's here, ready and willing.
Okay, I get it. You can stop now. Whew. I am delighted that you wish to study the performing arts from me. But the issue is, before you could become my apprentice, I'd have to get approval from the founders that do an initiation ceremony. There just isn't time for all that right now. So, for now, I'll just teach you a few basics. Informally, one friend to another, there's no need to call me master.
Wie wäre es mit Lehrmeisterin?
What? Don't you think that's a bit old-fashioned? Let's work on that later. Until we settle on an appropriate title, just call me by my name. Let's meet tomorrow morning on the bridge by the sea at Feiyun Slope. I'll do my best to prepare a good first lesson for you.
Whew, what a relief.
Ja, jetzt haben wir eine Lehrmeisterin.
Good. You're right on time. Punctuality is an essential quality if you want to make it big in the acting world. Without it, you won't be able to keep on top of all the work you need to do each day.
Wo soll ich also anfangen?
Well, first I'd like you to answer me one question. How many pigeons flew from the bridge when you were passing through?
7?
Huh? Yes, that's right. I'm amazed. Are you this good at everything? Anyway, the point of this question was to test your powers of observation. Eyes are the medium for the transfer of emotion. You must train your eyes to be bright, active, and strong. Watching the birds fly, hover around, and come into land will not only exercise your eyesight, but also cultivate attentiveness. Indeed, my own daily training routine starts right here. I watch the pigeons to train my eyes, and I sing to the tide to train my voice.
Muss ich als nächstes auch meine Stimme üben?
All in good time. Grasping all the techniques involved in opera singing and posture is not an overnight process. Let's start from the very beginning, with some general theories to help you better understand the concept of performance.
Der Begriff der Schauspielerei?
Of course. I am in written correspondence with performers from many nations in Teyvat, which has rather broadened my perspective on this topic. For example, let's start with something simple. How would you perform yourself? Try to relive the events of that day when you were battling against an ancient god and fighting off the Fatui. What can you see? What did you feel? Now, I want you to look out at the ocean in front of you and recall the raging waves and the atmosphere of peril from that day. Take a deep breath. Now, gradually, embrace the scene, immerse yourself in it, and let all the emotions back in.
Das Vertrauen, das entsteht, wenn man an der Seite seiner Mitmenschen kämpft.
Good, good. So that's how you felt. Next, I'd like you to focus on the goal you wanted to achieve at that time.
Hätte Louis und meine Kameraden beschützen.
Good, yes. Use that. Okay, good. Now, all of this overwhelming emotion is welling up inside of you, and I want you to let it all out. All at once. Go.
Yahoo!
Stop. Wrong. This is all wrong. There's no emotion, no soul.
Nicht?
Granted, the character you are trying to portray is your own self, but your performance didn't do the scene justice at all. I couldn't hear you fighting for your life while gargantuan waves were crashing all around you. What I heard was the sound of someone doing vocal exercises by the beach on a calm day.
Das ist in der Tat eine ruhige See.
Here's the thing. When you're acting, it's not only about getting into character, you also have to recreate the scene in your mind as vividly as you can. Now, I appreciate that you did actually experience this particular scene for yourself, but maybe conjuring up specific details of your surroundings at the time is a little too advanced for novices.
Selbst für mich ist das selten. Schließlich ist dieses Maß an Gefahr.
You're right. If we were looking for an environment to help evoke the emotions you felt at the time, I suppose we could try again. A little farther afield, at Stone Forest.
Nein, so weit müssen wir nicht gehen.
Oh? Too far away? Don't worry, I was just thinking aloud. Besides, even at Stone Forest, we'd still have trouble recreating the state of the sea that day. Let's try something else. Come with me to the suburbs just north of Liyue Harbor.
Klingt, als wäre es nicht weit weg von Liebe entfernt. Ja.
If you've got no objections, let's head off.
Oh. Ja. Was passiert, wenn man spät abends aufnimmt oder früh am Morgen, wie man es halt nimmt?
The battle you fought on the Jade Chamber was a very strange set of circumstances, even for someone like you. It's quite normal that you can't get into character just like that.
Die große Schlacht im Gemach ist selbst für dich, ja.
I know it's hard to recreate every facet of the experience in your mind, but what you could try is to replace the foes you faced in that scenario with ones you are much more familiar with. I'll
Ersetzen.
give you an example. Let's say you're performing a scene where your character experiences the grief and pain of a death, but you yourself have never experienced this kind of tragic loss before. Well, you can replace death with another, more familiar scenario that evokes a similar sense of grief and pain for you, such as... you bust a gut trying to find a treasure chest, only to finally reach it and find it filled with cabbages and radishes.
Ich spüre die Trauer schon.
Ah, now you're catching on. Action scenes work the same way. Perhaps the experience of facing an ancient god is a challenge to recreate. But if you're replaying the kind of actions you perform every day, you just need to let go, and your subconscious will guide you through. Come, show me how you normally fight. You can start with monsters nearby.
Besiege die Monster in der Nähe, okay. Da unten die.
They're coming. Just do what you normally do in this situation.
Adorn my night! Wind strider!
Oh.
That hurts!
Oh, that was wonderful! Such deft and fluid movements.
Okay.
Just like a real adventurer.
Ich bin ein echter Abenteurer.
Let's perform the scene again now, while the battle is still fresh in your mind. Look at those red-clad scarecrows. But I want you to see them instead as those Fatui who brandish the sacrificial knives. Now, let us reenact the battle on the Jade Chamber. It's okay if you can't recall the events clearly. You can just replace them with the movements you are most familiar with. And... attack!
The three Adepti are manning the Guizhong ballistas. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work.
As one with wind and cloud!
Und wie ist die Lage?
I can't fault your movements in terms of technique.
Aber
But Fatui are larger than most monsters. I don't think it was a conscious decision, but you were aiming a little too low. And you also didn't strike with enough force. Overall, it was just lacking that sense of being in the heat of the battle. Veteran practitioners of this acting method are able to adjust and embellish their real-life experience enough so that it makes an adequate substitute for the scene they are trying to portray. But adjusting deep-rooted habits to adapt them for the stage, that's no easy task.
klingt noch eine Menge Arbeit.
Still, this was only your first time trying this method, and all things considered, I think you've done quite well. But judging from your movements, I think this next method might suit you a little better.
Welche Methode?
Choreograph every aspect of your onstage performance in advance. Every movement, every facial expression, even your emotions, and rehearse it thoroughly. You can reference existing characters from opera or imitate similar people from your own life. In short, you want to pin down every detail of the character you want to portray in your mind, and then work through them methodically and find ways to bring them out.
Das ist etwas schwer zu verstehen.
Well, in your case, what you need to do is imitate your past self. Think of yourself not as you, but as somebody outside this world controlling your every move.
Jetzt ist es noch schwieriger zu verstehen.
It's complicated to explain, but once you give it a try, I think you'll get the hang of it. Okay, how about we start by setting a simple scenario? The Fatui in red want to attack the Guizhong ballista, and the heavyweight guards in blue want to try and stop you. What you want to do is evade all the blues and go straight for the reds. Yes, I think that sums it up. There's an open area to the north. I'll set up a stage for you. When you've finished rehearsing everything in your mind, come and find me.
Die Ausweichen, Angriff und ja. Die tun ja eh nichts. Also ist das mit den Ausweichen so. Ja. Machen wir halt mal.
Time to go.
Den wird schon irgendwie schief gehen.
Time to go.
Well, have you finished rehearsing?
Ich bin bereit,
No
denke
need
ich.
to rush. Take your time. I shall guide you with my voice.
Okay.
人道是万天比阴难过一人管，风刀剑加深也担心，金铲土击入地震，秋月蓝袍在纠缠。
Nutzt den K halt so wenig. Das verkacken wir doch. Auch nicht. Ja, ist ein bisschen verletzt, aber ansonsten. Das sind
Now
Opfer.
that was a little better. You managed to bring out more of that fearless hero quality that time. My hard work coaching you has finally paid off. This This method might not sound as sophisticated and exciting as the first two, but it's the most popular choice for teaching beginners. Rigorous rehearsal and vocal training is at the core of this school of thought. It even works on those whose performance lacks emotional depth at first. As long as you practice diligently, with time, you will achieve mastery one way or another. Either your finely honed skills become a good substitute for innate talent, or the process of honing your skills cultivates genuine talent within you. People say that when you truly master the art of singing, even the birds and beasts will be drawn to your song.
Sehr magisch.
I know. I guess I still have a long road ahead of me when it comes to developing as a performer.
Da es sich um einen traditionellen Einführungsunterricht handelt?
Well, because even if I had, you wouldn't have put your heart into it. It's been written on your face this whole time. Just try and keep her occupied until the next show.
Ich bin aufgeflogen.
Don't forget that acting is my bread and butter. Did you really think I wouldn't be able to see through it? Still, this is a rare opportunity, and I hope you have at least learned something from it about the beauty of the performing arts. The operatic tradition carries countless historical memories within it. As long as the art is kept alive, the voices and faces of bygone heroes can be recreated on the stage for generation after generation. I hope that your voice and your face will make their mark on Liyue opera too.
Eine Stimmform?
Yes. As well as coaching you today, I have also been closely observing every move you make. Do you remember the basics of the final method?
Die Betrachtung der bestehenden Beispiele?
Don't you think there's a striking similarity between you, who stood up for Liyue and fought off a god of old, and the divine damsel in the play? With you as a reference in mind, I'm sure I can finally make a breakthrough in creating my own adaptation of this character.
Ich kann nicht glauben, dass es einen solchen Durchbruch gibt.
Because as far as I'm concerned, the immersion method, drawing on life experiences, and imitating others are all valuable acting methods. Even if my every movement is rehearsed to perfection, I can't move the audience without conveying emotion. And even if I fully master the character's emotions, a little choreography will help make the performance more polished and appealing. Whatever the method is, as long as it offers something that can improve my performance, I will thank you for trying them out as well. It means a lot to me. And congratulations on making it to the end of your first acting class.
Endlich abgeschlossen.
Graduation ceremony? I'm afraid that's still a long way in the future. For now, I hope to incorporate part of you into my performance of the Divine Damsel. But one day, I hope to write an opera all about you. When that day comes, I hope you will be able to join me on stage and give me some constructive criticism. It'll take a lot of hard work to reach the point where you're ready to go on stage, but I'll be here to keep you on track every step of the way.
Vor allem, Yun, du verlangst viel ab.
Here we go again. So old-fashioned. Then again, I suppose I will have to give you a lot of instruction along the way. And if I won't let you call me master, teacher, or coach, I've got to think of something you can call me. I've got it. You can call me mentor. What do you think?
Eine Probeaufführung. Damit ihr in der Zukunft zusammen auf der Bühne auftreten könnt, macht doch kurz bei der Probeaufführung mit.